Good evening. At this time, we'd like to call the meeting to order. At this time, Dr. Atkinson, if you will, provide the invocation. Let's pray.
Heavenly Father, we come to you now, Lord, we thank you for this day and all the blessings of life and this book of each of us, God. Just thank you for the opportunity to gather here tonight for this hearing, God. We just pray that things will be done in order as you would see fit. And God, that we will move forward from today and to make the best decision in the days ahead. We ask you to bless each person that's here. Thank you for giving everyone travel mercy here tonight. And we pray, God, that you'll give them travel mercy as they leave here tonight. And we just want to give you praise and honor and glory for everything that's accomplished. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen.
You'll remain standing. We'll do the pledge of allegiance of the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If I could get a motion on the floor to approve tonight's agenda.
So moved.
I have a second. Any discussion? All those in favor by signifying by saying aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Dr. Atkinson, final report.
Thank you, Chairman, Secretary, board members. This time I'll review the guidelines and procedures for the public hearing. The purpose of the public hearing is to gather information and hear opinions from the community. Generally, board members will respond only to seek clarification. The procedure for the public hearings will be governed by the procedures for public comment outlined in Section B of Board Policy 2310, except the 30-minute total time limit for comments will not apply. Public hearings will conclude once all those who have signed up to speak have been given the opportunity to do so. Each speaker will receive no more than 3 minutes. Substitute speakers are not permitted, and speakers cannot donate any portion of their unused time to their speaker. The board welcomes all points of view, including criticism directed at substantive ideas, actions, or procedures. However, the board's public comment policy also requires that order and decorum be maintained. In the interest of maintaining civility, speakers are encouraged to address their comments to the Board of Education and must refrain from personal attacks and insults directed at the board, individual board members, staff, or members of the general public. Disruptions by any person or persons of the public meeting will be subject to action in accordance with North Carolina General Statute 143-318-17.
At this time, when we get started, if we call your name, you come up front, if you'll just tell us who you are, that way we can make notes for that. So, the first person on the list is Ms. Odessa Graham.
No,
No.
I signed by mistake. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
All right. And I got Angelica, but I can't see the last name. Rose.
Angelia.
Angelia, all right. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, superintendent, board members, all my neighbors and friends. My name is Angelia Rose. This is not my first time speaking before you all. I've spoken to you about how passionate I am about moving these kids to another school. I've told you how far it is from East Arcadia to Coffee, how long the ride would be on these kids. I have spoken about volunteering and working in this school as if it was my own school and I had a dozen kids here. I have spoken to you about all the activities and everything that's been going on here down through the years, and that I am a 1969 graduate this school. But tonight, I have one question. I have one statement. We need you tonight. You're gonna need us tomorrow. Tomorrow's November 3rd. Thank you.
Miss, Miss Wills.
This is Michael.
It's on. Yes, ma'am.
Good evening.
Yes, ma'am. I got you.
Thank you. Anyhow, good evening. I come to ask you to please keep East Arcadia School open. The people in this eastern part of the county, including myself, go up to Elizabethtown every year to pay those high property taxes. We pay those taxes even though we do not see a lot of benefit. We do not have a county public library. We do not have a county park. We do not have county recreation programs in this area. We do not have a health department clinic. We do not have Bladen Community College classes. But we could say that our taxes help pay for us to have a school here in our community that our youngest children can go to in the community. Please do not take this away from us. Please fix this school. Please keep East Arcadia School open. Thank you.
Miss Fanny Long.
Chair, board members, my name is Fanny Long, and I'm here to plead with you. And I have passion for school as well as anybody, but my passion is for the children who will be suffering from this movement that's proposed to us. These kids, 4 or 5 years old, traveling this distance, having to get up, losing sleep, leaving home without breakfast, arriving at school, not having time to eat breakfast. What chance do they have when compared with other children who just got up and maybe an hour is in the classroom, they cannot compete with them? I plead with you to leave our school and improve it with the money that's available for it. The education lottery, what have we done with that for East Arcadia? The other monies that's been, since this school has been going down, what have you done to keep it up to par? Please, tear out the school, get it up to par, leave our kids here. Thank you.
Mr. Jerry Gray.
I'll make my comments short and sweet. It's a long way to clock from here for a 5-year-old, 6-year-old. We need a school in this community. And as my other speaker said, we pay taxes down here, and we need this school down here. Please do not close the school. It's the last little thing we have in our community. Please keep it open. Thank you.
Mike, so we can hear.
The mic not working.
Miss Jacqueline Rhodes.
Yeah, I had to turn on, let's turn on.
Good evening. Thank you for the opportunity to speak this evening. This evening, I come again requesting your consideration to vote not to close the City School. I emphasize the hardships that will be on our children. The effects would be having to travel so early in the morning without breakfast. When they get to school, they are tired, hungry, and not able to learn. So, traveling 27 miles is a great distance for a 5 or 6 year old, even 7 or 8 year olds. I'm asking for consideration of rezoning. Rezoning will not only benefit the parents and the children of East Arcadia. The parents in Clarkson would like to have their children to come back to their community school. Right now, I think they are spread to 3 different schools. I was told Hallsborough, Bladeboro, and Elizabethtown. And if you rezone, that will rebuild the low student enrollment. Granted, the enrollment is low right now, but that can increase by rezoning. This will avoid disruption in the families, children going to different schools, closing the schools, discourage families from moving in the area. It would damage the trust between the district and the community. You don't want that. You want the parents to be able to trust you on what you say. The school is more than a building. It is a sense of safety and a routine of belongings. Students need stability. Please give this to these students. They're starting out in life. They're young. They don't know. They're innocent. But rezoning would improve the low enrollment. Within that, the increase in student enrollment, bring back the 6th graders. That would certainly increase the student enrollment. I'm asking you not to set up our kids to fail, giving them a pipeline to prison. You gotta start while they're young. Education is it. Children need stability. Help them acquire that. That's important in this day and age. They need an education and they need help. Not make them suffer. The school went down, granted, there was no money. Okay.
Miss Betty Rhodes.
Move it slow, but I'm gonna get there. Good evening, board members. My name is Betty Rhodes, and I live in this community. I do not have any children in the school system at all, but I have volunteered at this school since 2002. During that time, in 2012, Channel 6 News came here because the parents were concerned about how the school was going down. So since 2012, you can check the records, Nothing has been done. The school is old. It was old then and it's old now. But nothing has been done. A lot of children left, parents took the students out of the school because in the wintertime it's cold, in the summertime it's hot. No money was put in the school. The only thing that I have seen done since I've been volunteering was the meeting room that the principal and the staff fixed up so that we should have a nice meeting place. Other than that, I've not seen any improvement at all. Not in the cafeteria, not in the bathrooms, nowhere. So now you want to close the school and send our children someplace else when you didn't do anything from 2012. And I think that it's 2012. So please consider what you're doing to our community, and to our students, and to our children. We need this school. There is money out there. If you're gonna take the school away from these children, build us a new one. But we need a school in this community for these children. It is very important. And as I emphasized before, I've been here, so I've been watching what's been going on at this school. When I would come in the wintertime, you can feel the drag coming through the windows. In the wintertime, cold. And so you can go check the records, 2012, when Channel 6 News came here. And you know what some of the parents said? This school was a dump. It's on record. This school was a dump. So what has been done? And now you want to make the children suffer because I don't know who's responsible, but the job was not done. So please consider our plea. We love these children. I love these children. I don't have any children. But I love this school and I love the children. And the teachers and the staff has been wonderful. So please consider before you make this final decision. Thank you so very much.
Ms. Doreen,
Good evening. I'm Dr. Doreen Bowen Hilton. I am a graduate of this school. And I can tell you that this school helped to give me the foundation and the resources that have enabled me to accomplish everything that I have accomplished in life and to go anywhere that I have wanted to go. I was also one of the many students in this area that had to take that long journey to Elizabethtown, which was then East Bladen High School. I can tell you that as a teenager, it was too much for me. It was too much for other teenagers. And to think about exposing young children to that really, really disturbs me. There's a whole lot of research that talks about what is needed to help young children thrive and be successful in school. And I can tell you that it's not in the best interest of young children to start the day tired. It is clearly not in the best interest of both those students. And I don't know how many volunteers are at this school, but I can tell you that if there are members of the community who want to volunteer to support their children and those of neighbors, that's going to be real difficult if we transport these kids far from home. I volunteer at an elementary school near where I live, and I can tell you that it makes a difference when I say to a child, I'm watching you, and if you don't buckle down and do your very best, your mom, your grandfather, your grandmother, your auntie, they're going to hear about it. And I want to see you do your best and do what you need to do in order to be successful. Now, I can tell that the enrollment is far low. And financially, it doesn't make sense to keep a school with such low enrollment functioning. Doesn't make sense. But what I ask you to do is to think about what the board, what the county can do to improve this school so that parents will want their students to go here. Now, when the structure, when the condition of the school is so poor, I wouldn't want my babies to come here either. But that is not the fault of the children. Less money into improving the school and thus improving the success of our babies.
That concludes, the folks that have signed up to speak. Do we have anyone else in the audience that would like to speak? Yes, sir. If you would state your name, sir.
I'm Melvin Bowen, Lieutenant Colonel, U.S. Air Force, retired.
Yes, sir.
I went to school here, from first grade all the way through ninth grade. Riding to East Lake, first off as a student, and then later on we were able to drive buses. And I drove the school bus. It was a 45-minute drive from Kennedy Store Road to Elizabethtown. To have the younger students do that, go to Clarkton, is grossly unfair. I live in Hope Mills, straight up Highway 87, right before you get to Fayetteville. You know, I take great pride in riding past Tar Heel School and seeing how much money you guys put into it. And yet I get down here, this place has not changed a bit except for the electronic sign out front. To me, that's a slap in the face. And I ride past Dublin School when I come down here. Very nice school. And then I get to East Arcadia. Really? Really? That's all I have to say. Really? Thank you.
My name is Rhonda Hall, and I have been before you before, but I come before you again. I came to this school today to enroll my niece. And upon getting in the school, one of the things that I saw is the mission statement. And the mission statement talks about community, because I can't say it any better than Dr. Doreen said. It takes a community to raise children. And it will be hard for parents to go and volunteer, to be able to relate to the children, to be able, because they need to see somebody that looks like them. They need to see somebody that they know. And I beg of you to keep the school open. And also, when you get beyond the children, but if you just read the mission statement, you'll see community. But when you get beyond that, economic development is very important to me. And a place without a school or a church, when you talk about economic development long-term, nobody is going to want to come. It is one of the first things that parents will look at. What's the school like, and what is the school like, and what is the church like? But when you start taking away from our children their school, their church, their community, and putting them on a bus in the dark, they leave in the dark and they come home in the dark, and then they're expected to come home, and parents go to work with them when it's time for them to actually be taking a bath to get ready for the next day. It is grossly unfair. Please, please keep East Arcadia School open.
Give knowledge to the board members. First, my name is Dennis Straw, and all y'all know me first. I graduated from the school at 16. I was different from most students. And if I had to travel 25 to 30 miles to go to school, I would have never retired as a postmaster in the U.S. Postal Service. I would have never been the chairman of the board at Glade Community College for about 20 years. I will never be standing here before y'all. I will never be sitting on the national board with 7,000 trustees in all the states. I will never be sitting on the national board with them with 25 people on that board. So welcome for Easter Katy. So I stand here to say this, and I say it quick. If y'all can do anything to keep Easter Katy School open, and that's how y'all can make a student successful on the national board. How can you make a student successful? Keep the school open.
Good evening. Good evening.
Mike's not working.
And I'm a preacher. Get the mics to work. Good evening.
Good evening.
Take a ball.
Thank you. Good evening. Mr. Chairman, members of the board, superintendent, and to all of my friends and neighbors. My name is Dr. Pearlie Graham Hoskins. I'm a 1969 graduate of the East Arcadia School. I'm here to again ask you to keep East Arcadia School open. I've spoken to you about how I felt that the long ride to Clarkton would negatively impact the children as they try to get an education. This is the very beginning of their educational life. Physically and emotionally, it will impact them. Now, the other thing I want to point out is this is the third public hearing, and you have been hearing us, but have you been listening? I understand that you cannot respond in this venue, but in your meetings, we have heard no discussion of what the questions that we have posed to you and the concerns that we as a community have. When will you be discussing this issue publicly? When will you all be giving your public comments about what you think and what will be your reasoning for how you vote? Will you just have a vote and raise your hand, or will you call and ask for discussion and everybody say, I'm voting to keep the school open because, or I'm voting to close it because? The public deserves to know how you feel. So we look to have some response to some of our concerns, and we look forward to hearing what you have to say. My request again is please keep this school open.
Is it still working? Follow a preacher. My name is Kenneth Keith. I'm a 1969 graduate of East Arcadia High School, along with Dr. Hoskins. If you check the records, we had one of the highest academic performing high schools in the state of North Carolina. Almost half the class are college graduates. So we know the DNA is down here to get the job done academically. a school teacher, been a school principal, I've been a school board member in Clinton County. So I know the whole process of what's going on. We appreciate you having this third meeting, but I know by law, you were required to have two, but you come back for the third one. And a quick decision don't have to be made. You could delay closing the school, delay it another year, hear what everybody say, come with some new ideas. It can be done that way. It don't have to be done right away. And I know a lot of decisions already. I get a lot of information from being in that school board network, so I know the decision's pretty much been made to close it. But it can be, change can be made, delay it for a while and see what comes out. I live right on the Bladen-Pender line. It is 39 miles from the Bladen-Pender line to Bladen Lakes Elementary School, where the children from Kelly would have to go 39 miles. Now you think about that for a child 5, 6, 7 years old. That's and with a bus stopping and going, that's a long ways, long hump. I spoke the last time, and just like I said, I know and understand the situation. You don't have to be in a hurry to get it done, to close it. I know that's the plan right now, but if you delay it, listen to what people say, look at some other plans. Yeah, you can reinvest in the school. Nice schools people want to go to, nice churches people want to go to. Old schools, you can learn there, you can get religion in an old church, you can get education in an old school. You just have to invest right. That's pretty much it for me, and I know all y'all know the definition of education, don't you? That's the first thing I always ask my students. How many of y'all know the definition of education? Half the times they didn't know. They go to school 10, 11, 12 years and couldn't write the definition of education. If I gave y'all that test, I hope you would pass.
Good afternoon. My name is Elveria Baby Webb. I'm a 1968 graduate of this school. And I'm looking around. This school is just like it was when I graduated, except for paint. That's all. That's the only difference I see. You are setting our children up to fail. The church and the school is the hub of a community. If our children fail, our community fails. But we need you to consider that and keep this school open. Keep our children from having to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and get on the school bus. I don't have any, but those that do, they don't want their children traveling that far. Give the children and the parents a break. We pay taxes down here. So let us see what our tax paying is doing. Thank you.
Good evening, everybody, board members, superintendents, and anyone else of notoriety here. My name is Ernestine Keaton. I am a historian on a college graduate in political science, left home in 1966, went to New York and worked and came back home. Know why I came back home? The same reason all of my other siblings, older than me and younger than me, because our community nurtured us. They nurtured us from the time we were born into East Arcadia community. We were an insulated community, but not isolated. And everything that we had in East Arcadia, our school, our churches, we had to build them ourselves. We had no county support. I have records of every school that was in East Arcadia, from Laurelville on K-Tier River to where the town hall is. That was the first place. We had Rosenwald School there. But the first one was built by the community. All of the schools that we had before this school was built by the people in the community. And you know why? People in the community wanted their children to be educated. And they were successful in getting a school
that everyone around in the surrounding area, everybody knew East Decatur. They knew the school. We had great teachers. Our teachers were teachers that looked like us. Now, I'm talking about segregation. I started in 1954. I graduated in 1966. And all of my teachers looked like me. I'm not saying I couldn't have gotten a good education if they didn't, but so happened this is the way it was. And they were the ones that knew what it was gonna be like for us outside. They prepared us. They prepared us by the way they taught us. We had everything that we needed from the books, the curriculum that Bladen County Schools gave us. We had all of that, and they made sure we learned everything. We had to learn what the Gettysburg Address was. If anybody in here knows what that was about, we had to recite the Gettysburg Address. And if you ask them 4 schools, 7 schools, brought forth this Constitution, see that it was dedicated to the proposition that all men are created equal. That's East Arcadia School community. We understood, and it wasn't anything about who was against us. We were for us. Our parents were in the community. They could walk to the school. The teachers knew the students. And as I said before, we had the superintendent. Our superintendent never came. We might see the superintendent once, and everybody was ready for the superintendent to come. We were on our best behavior. Everything was nice. I didn't spend a lot of time in this school. This was the new school. We got a new school. And that took us out of East Decatur. That took us out of our comfort zone, up here on the highway. But it was still considered East Arcadia. And we participated, our parents, grandparents, they saw their way to get here. Now, okay, now you're going to send the last remnants of that East Arcadia spirit where the parents can go to see about their kids and make sure their kids are doing well. We remember when we had it, it was vice versa. We were the ones that had our school in the neighborhood. Other kids had to go to Elizabethtown. They had to go 35 miles to school. And those that live in Columbus County had to go to Academical. But over time, things change. They make things more equal. And anytime you try to make things more equal, sometimes it's not. It's not equal. And over time, we've seen you can get a new school, but if it's not kept up, and the money is not put into the school like other schools, this school should have been, they should have gotten a new school before now. Yeah. So what's wrong now with waiting? And I think that parents, the people that say, we're resilient, we're fighters, but we also know how to compromise and get along. And so if there's anything done here tonight, I think it should be to put it on hold, give it some thought. What can parents do? What can y'all do to change what I think a lot of people here just defeated? You know, oh, they're going to change the school. They're gonna close the school. That doesn't have to be. There's some way that we can solve this problem without closing the school. Parents need to work harder too. Grandparents, get your children from wherever you send them, bring them back here. We have to get ourselves to the idea that, just think about it years ago, you didn't have no other choice. Just think about it now, you don't have no other choice. Bring your kids back to this community, and the board and Bladen County, I think you owe us one. Thank y'all very much.
Do we have anybody else?
went to school here, when it was the 9th grade.
State your name.
My name is, Michelle Young, and I went to school here. I'm a graduate of East Bladen. I went to East Bladen. I know about getting up early in the morning, getting on the bus at 6:10 in the morning, and, my kids went here. And when I got married, I moved back. I have grandkids now, and, Bladen County is a low-paying county, so therefore I work in Bladen County, but I have to take my grandkids with me. I'm raising grandkids. I have to take my grandkids to work with me, with the county that I work in. And if East Arcadia School was still open and the grades would go up higher, my grandkids could go to school here and they could actually have like programs, after-school programs to help the parents that work till late in the evening, like till 6 o'clock. Then you got all, there's money, there's money out there. It's just what you're gonna spend it on. And, like I said, I can work in Bladen County, but I would love to see the school to stay open, and maybe work on some projects for after school to actually help the parents. Like I said, I take mine to work with me, and we do get up pretty early in the morning, but they get to sleep in to, time for them to go to school. But I would love, my granddaughter is back there, she'll be going to the 9th grade, and she actually wants to go to school in our county. But she'll be in high school the year after next. Then I still have one that's in elementary school. So like I said, more programs in the afternoon would probably help some, and they probably would bring their kids back, because there's a lot of parents that actually have their kids go to school in other counties because of the jobs. We don't have no jobs out here, Bladen County is a low-paying county. If y'all pay me what I make now, I'll come back and work for you. Thank you.
Hello, good evening. I think I spoke the last time, so y'all remember me. I'm Jessica Ruiz Dominguez. And a lot of good ideas tonight that I've heard. And y'all know I do have kids. I got one here that's actually with me tonight. And I have two in Elizabethtown Middle School. And they get on the bus pretty early, really early, 5:10, bus comes. So I know as a parent going through whatever, and like I just heard her say, I work in Wilmington, and so if in case of emergency, I can get here quicker than what I can to my middle kids. So to send my elementary child to Elizabethtown or to Clarkson or to somewhere else, it will be bad because I wouldn't be able to make it there to her for probably about an hour and a half. It would take me probably to get there. Pretty sure that's about what it takes to get to the middle school from my work. So I do ask to kind of think, do let us know, the school is great here, the teachers are great. My son, he loved it here. He thinks that if it wasn't for the school, he wouldn't be on the path that he is. His teachers now in the middle school is even sending him to the early college. That's where he's heading. My other daughter, she struggled a little bit, but they worked on her really good. And now the same as her. They have to take her out, give her extra attention. And I think if y'all was to move her to a bigger class, she wouldn't be getting the one-on-one like she needs kind of more than other kids. That's my opinion. But I appreciate y'all listening to me tonight, and thank you.
Hello to the superintendent, the board members. My name is Terry Dixon Moore. And I'm here tonight as I'm listening to everyone speaking. I think about accountability. And this just didn't happen overnight. So I think that we all have to sit back and do an assessment as to why we're here tonight. As I stated before, you didn't reinvest in East Arcadia School. No money was brought back into the school. And as some of the other stated, that would you bring your child to a school that is not up to par? So therefore, we all accountable for it, not per se, because if you don't invest in it, then what is the return? We are gonna have low enrollment. So if we do our part, and maybe like some of the others that Mr. Keith said, think about it for the next 2 or 3 years. Get a chance to say, okay, what can we do to bring up enrollment? How can we improve this school so it'll be attractive to other parents to bring their children back and to want to have them at East Arcadia School? This was an awesome school. I mean, people care about their students. Parents care about their students. But if you do not put anything in, what are you going to get out of it? They're going to move their students and their children where they can get the best education. Do you blame them for that? I wouldn't. But I do blame whenever we sit here, when we're here today, and we're seeing where we are, doing an assessment, how did we get here? So let's take it 2 or 3 years from now and see what we can do for East Arcadia in the community. Thank you, Mr. Superintendent of the Board.
At this time, if we don't have anyone else, get a motion on the floor to adjourn. I got a second. Any discussion? All those in favor by signify by saying aye. All opposed? Motion carries. Thank everybody for being here this evening. Stay